going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new tactic video, and today we're going to have a bit of an experiment. What happens when you have every player on attack? It works in the game, which is very surprising. It is a tactic designed for the top teams, but we are going to throw in a few weaker teams as well and showcase what happens when you do play this way with the weak teams as well. If you do enjoy these sort of ideas and concepts, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And again, if you want to get access to all three of the tactics in today's video, the mobile, the console, you can go and join the Patreon. We've got a brand new giveaway. £400 giveaway going on, so go and get involved. The link is going to be in the description. Let's go through the tests. So I did mention it is meant for top teams, and we are going to have a couple of powerhouses today. The first one is going to be Celtic over in the Scottish League, but we actually come out and only lose one game despite having every player on attack. As you can see, these are going to be the score lines. Very, very close games, a lot of goals being scored and conceded, but overall we come out on top. And as you can see, we've got 3 players in the top goal scorers now, 59, 53 and 24. Therefore, also going to have 3 players with the most assists. We have got definitely not the most clean sheets, but we have got 3 players in the average rating. And just to showcase how mental this tactic is, 235 scored. Now, fewest conceded, we are going to win that, but of course we are very close with Rangers and Aberdeen, and the clean sheets we are not going to dominate, of course, purely because of how weak we are compared to if you were to play a quite composed backline. Now, going to the possession, 63%. So again, despite being very attacking, we are actually being sensible with the ball, maintaining a lot of possession and controlling the game, which to be honest is probably why we managed to keep the goals conceded down, because we had a lot of the ball. Over 1,100 shots and only faced 317 shots. That's not too bad over an entire season. But this is what's going to break records, and it will break a record at 6.18 goals per game, the most we have ever had on this channel. Now, this tactic obviously is not going to be sustainable for, you know, not a Wrexham, a Luton, for example, but if you are playing as a top team and want to have some fun, you can achieve these stats. Just over a goal conceded, so we are scoring over 5 goals compared to what we are conceding. That seems crazy to say, and I think this goes to show a lot about the match engine as well, to be honest. An 86% pass completion and over 30 shots a match. Now, when you're having over 30 shots a match, you're easily going to score 6 goals a game. It's absolutely remarkable. And going over to the competitions, we also win the Champions League against ourselves, playing Man City. Again, there's always a little bit of a robbery going on because you are playing yourself, but the way I see it is we have got 2 teams to that Champions League final, so it's actually pretty much of a compliment to the tactic. We've also won the Scottish Cup 6-0 against Aberdeen, and the Viaplay Cup we beat Rangers 6-1. Not too bad. I want to show you this game, but firstly I want you to see the team we did play, because it was a full-strength Manchester United team, and we come out and score 6 past them, and I think it goes to show how good the tactic really is and how this somehow works very well in this match engine. Scoring 6 against what is a very good team. Yes, they do concede, or we concede a goal there from a set piece, but we go on and maintain a 5-goal advantage. As you can see, they're making it 3-1 with Rio in the first half, and one more goal coming here with a great bit of pressing from Carter Vickers into Kyogo, who goes through, and there's nothing shy of his confidence there. A great finish. 2 more goals to come in now. Great play through the middle, over the top. It's direct, it's fluent, it's an easy goal, and 1 more goal to come from a set piece of our own. Be sure to get them on the Patreon. That is going to be a killer. And this is a 6-1 result against the best team in the world, Manchester United. We come out and actually put on a magnificent display, scoring 6, which, by the way, although one of them was a penalty, that's still 5 goals from open play, although one might have been a set piece, to be fair. But regardless, it's a ridiculous game, a mad scoreline against a team like this. And I will say, we were playing some really good football. A lot of these goals were through really aggressive pressing. There we go. Through to Carter Vickers, into Kyogo, a great finish into the top left. This next goal, I believe, was very good sort of link-up play through the middle. It was McGregor over the top into Forrest. Nice and direct. We get the job done, and we go and score a set piece as well. 6-1 win. You can't complain. We're also going to go and have an absolute ton of fun with Man City in the Premier League, which, to be honest, is actually still somewhat of a test because we are playing with every player on attack. Now, doing that even with Man City, when you've got teams like Liverpool, United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea that can take points off you, we only lost 1 game, and that is going to be against Tottenham in a 4-2 defeat. The other 2 draws, both quite high scoring games, so we didn't really struggle at all, to be honest. Erling Haaland, 74 goals, Alvarez, 26, the player that might be leaving in real life. Bernardo Silva with 19, Bernardo Silva 35 assists, Jack Grealish 29, Kyle Walker with 23, and 3 plays in the average rating. Edison, 3rd most amount of clean sheets, which, to be honest, with a tactic like this, I will take happily. We scored 194 goals, which is over 100 compared to Liverpool, 2.82 points per game, 5 shy of 1,000 shots, which is really, really impressive. Conceded-wise, 2nd place, we'll take it. and third place when it comes to the clean sheets, but still a really strong season. And of course, the Data Hub over 5 goals a game at 5.11, over 1.03 goals per game conceded, still very, very good, over 26 shots a game, a great pass completion, and a very good tackle win ratio. It's really, really consistent. Just over a goal conceded a game, which is completely fine because we are scoring so many goals. And we also do go on to win the Super Cup. We are going to win that against Sevilla in 7-1 fashion. The Champions League, we obviously won against ourselves with Celtic, which is a very weird situation. That's what happens when we do so many tests. And also the Community Shield, we are going to beat Arsenal just on penalties. We do bail out in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. I'm not going to hide that fact, but still a very, very good time with Man City. Let's go and watch some highlights. It's going to be poor Luton Town victims of the highlight today, as it is going to be a 7-0 win, and the goals just come for fun in here. They really, really did. The first half contained 3, I believe. Alvarez knocks it down into Walker, and when you've got all these players attacking, honestly, anyone can get involved, and that is what makes it so fun. The only 2 players back are really our centre-backs, which is so good to see. Very attacking, very fun, and this is where Luton crumbled. After this goal here from Foden into Guevardio, who gets a goal for himself, they then concede 2 almost back-to-back, so close together, and at this point of the game, I mean, hey, why even try, as Guevardio is running through your entire back line. They then go, do you know what, have another goal with Kyle Walker down the right, ball in, a little bit lucky with a deflection there into Erling Haaland, and one more goal now in the 83rd minute with Nathan Ake down the left in the middle. Luton may as well not have turned up. But we take it to the Championship with Bristol, a team predicted to finish inside a 14th place. And yes, we're not invincible. We lose 3 games and we do draw 2 games as well. But we still win the league by a fair amount of points. So you can play this way with weaker teams in different leagues as well. With Conway scoring 44 and Sam Bell scoring 31. We've got 3 players in the average rating and 3 players with the most assists. What I did notice mainly about the difference of this compared to playing with a powerhouse is you are going to be a lot more sort of weak when it comes to conceding goals. So this time 4th place, which to be honest isn't even that bad, and most clean sheets we are going to be down joint. It will not joint, we're actually be in 8th place. Thought we were in this batch here, but 8th place in that regard. But we are scoring 205 goals, which is remarkably more than Norwich and Middlesbrough. Most shots at over 1,130 and the most points per game. Now it is going to be the only competition we won, but hey, a semi-final appearance in the Carabao Cup is not too shabby. And we go over to the Data Hub as well. It might look a bit closer. It's not at all. 1.35 goals conceded, which is more than fair enough because we're scoring 4.46 over 24 shots a game, a decent pass completion. This will never be really, really high because of how attacking it is and how direct the play sort of gets done. But overall, we are still very comfortable when it comes to the goals we're conceding to the goals we're going out and scoring. And lastly, Freiburg, and I will say the most impressive result, being honest, because they're 7th place predicted and the Bundesliga has got some real top teams in. It's a very aggressive league where goals are scored, and we have come out and actually won it. Now, defensively, we are not going to be the best by quite some distance, I would imagine, but we have got 2 players in the top goals being scored. We've got the 2 most assists in the league, the best average rating from 1st to 3rd. When it comes to defence, though, I would imagine we are going to be down in 6th place. That's fair enough, and when it comes to the clean sheets, we're not even going to be on there, but goals being scored were outscoring Bayern, Leipzig, Stuttgart, Dortmund. Where are Bayer Leverkusen? Nowhere to be seen. Most shots at 812. Possession, not bad at 4th place as well. It done the job very, very well. And at the end of the day, we didn't win anything else, as you can see right now. But the league was actually won by a fair few amount of points. 69 from Bayern, 87 for us. That's not even close. And if we go over to the Data Hub as well, the same story is going to be told at 3.88 goals per game, so the least amount of goals we have scored this entire video is still approaching 4 goals a game. Only 1.26 conceded, over 23, nearly 24 shots a game, a very good pass completion. I genuinely am very happy with how this has turned out. From Freiburg to Bristol to City to Celtic, all results have impressed me. Obviously, Celtic, 6 goals a game is insane, but it is Celtic. The most impressive for me probably is going to be Freiburg in terms of overachievement, because it's a tough league, a weak team. It's a W tactic. Now, of course, if it's your favourite part of the video, the tactic breakdown, if you are enjoying back home, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will say, if you want to get access to all 3 of the tactics today, you want to get the console, the mobile version, you want my rebuild files on the 2nd channel, you want everything early, you want priority and requests and access to this month's giveaway, which is £400 split between 4 different winners, you can come over and sign up in the description below and join the other 4,700 people. That is right, a lot of people. Come on over. You do not want to have another day where you are missing out. Let's go go and build this tactic, starting off with a gegenpress. Now, when you have an attacking tactic, there's only one tactical style you want. That is going to be this one, and we are going to load in a basic 4-2-4. So let's go through and talk a little bit about the player roles then. So the goalkeeper is simply going to be a sweeper keeper on attack with no custom instructions. Again, he didn't really need to do anything else other than dribble more and take more risks, which of course is done by the default anyway. Now we're going to get very attacker now right off the bat with a wing back on attack on the right and also on the left hand side. And they are both going to have the exact same instructions. They are going to consist of take more risks. We are going to have them set to cross more, stay wide, and also run wide with the ball. That is going to be the same for the right hand side, and we're also going to go ahead and apply that to the left hand side as well. Now the great thing about these two at the back is they are going to get forward. We saw with Guardio and Kyle Walker, they even score goals, let alone get assists. They push up, they get involved, and they do sometimes get quite a fair few goals in the season as well. So if you've got good wing backs, you're going to be absolutely lapping this up. Now when it comes to the centre backs, I've not gone with Liberos because it didn't work, to put it bluntly. We have gone with the only disappointment, two defending options. So technically, not every player, I guess, is attacking, but then you can't have a player on attack in the back line anyway. So that doesn't void the video, okay? But that is the only two defensive areas, is going to be both default ball-playing defenders. Both of these players we are going to drag up, and you probably have guessed it, they are going to both be on attacking central midfield roles. And again, these two in midfield popped up, they done their job, they got involved, they got goals, they got assists, they done so much to a very high level. They are both going to be set to roam from position, move into channels, and also tackle harder on the left and also the right hand side. So nice and simple, 3 instructions again, letting them move about into different pockets of space, roaming about, and genuinely just being a bit of a nightmare. Now, I went with inside forwards, both on attack, purely because we are going to have the wing backs playing a very important part of this team. And as you can probably imagine with these, I do like roam a lot on these players. And because we're trying to score goals, I've also gone with shoot more often. Now, I will say, if you are playing with players that maybe haven't got the best finishing, you can on-tick it, but then why would you be playing an attacking tactic with players that can't finish? So I guess that sort of contradicts itself. But if you are playing this tactic for a bit of a laugh and your wingers can't shoot, please take the instruction off, because you'll become very, very annoyed. And lastly, we are going to go with 2 advanced forwards, and we are going to have them both simply on shoot more often. So let's have that one very, very quickly, and we can quickly just see how attacking this tactic looks on paper. You've got your wing backs flying forward, your central midfielders, your inside forwards, and your advanced forwards. It's all guns blazing. So all based off the gegenpress, of course, on the attacking mentality, we are going to go and have this to the middle. On your screen, it will be saying fairly wide, but we are on a clean slate to showcase this in the video. We are going to pass into the space. We're going to overlap left, overlap right, while playing out from the back. Of course, we're going to run at defence and be more expressive, with mixed crosses being selected, because chances are, if you have got 2 strikers, one's going to be decent in the air, one's going to be a little bit smaller, so mixed is pretty much the safe option to go with. And we are going to max out the tempo with a shorter passing directness. In transition, it's going to be nice and simple. It's going to be counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and simply take short goal kicks, because that way it can go to the centre backs, it can go to the flanks, to the midfield, anywhere, as long as it gets moved pretty quickly. And lastly, we are going to go with the out of possession. We are going to go with the much higher defensive line, with the high pressing line of engagement. We're going to get stuck in, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and we are actually going to max out that trigger press to much more often. Now to the next variant. I've made it even more attacking for you guys, and after this one, we have got a narrow version as well, so please do stick around, because they are very, very different tactics. But this one, the goalkeeper remains the same, as does both of the ball playing defenders. But this is what I like to call the kitchen sink. Shout out to Kempi, because I believe he had a very similar tactic to this, and a very sort of late ditch twitch save. And I will say the central midfield player is simply going to be on the default. The inside forward on the right and on the left are both going to be on attack, on shoot more often, and roam from position. Both of the shadow strikers both on the default, because they naturally are going to have 4 instructions anyway. And then we are going to have 3 advanced forwards. On the right, shoot more often. On the left, shoot more often. In the middle, shoot more often. The treble shoot more often. This is going to be, well, it's going to be attacking mayhem. So again, the gegenpress, this time very attacking, the full send coming in. We're going to leave this in the middle. On your screen, it will be saying wide. We're going to pass into the space. We're going to underlap right and underlap left while playing out from the back. Well, of course, we're going to run at defence and be more expressive. And we are going to deploy a higher tempo with a slightly shorter passing with shoot on sight selected, because at this stage we are purely going for shots on target. We're all guns blazing, attack, 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 get the shots on the goal. And in transition it's going to be exactly the same, so I'm not going to waste your time. When you're playing this way, you can't really do anything too different, apart from if you want to go crazy with it, you could take long goal kicks, would be the only thing. But for me, short goal kicks were the most effective because they always went to a player which then we could rapidly build up from. Long goal kicks sometimes get intercepted a lot more often. And lastly, out of possession, of course, the high pressing line of engagement, the much higher defensive line, get stuck in, a maxed out trigger press, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Now to the narrow variant. This is going to be a tactic for those of you that want to play all out attack, but maybe haven't got many good wingers, and this is going to suit you down to the absolute ground. I mean, a sweeper keeper on attack, two ball playing defenders, exactly the same as the previous two. The wing backs go basically back to the default as take more risks, cross more, run wide, and stay wider, both on attack. Two central midfield players are both going to be on attack, on roam, move into the channels, and of course tackle harder. You could have box to boxers here as well for a bit of a hybrid between defensive and attack, but it's all out attack, so let's roll with it. We are then going to have two shadow strikers. Both are going to be on run wides and also stay wider, with both of the advanced forwards obviously being in the middle, the one on the left consisting of shoot more often, and the one on the right simply being on the default. And all based off a gegenpress, this time on the attacking. We've dropped back down to attacking. We're going to leave this in the middle on your screen again. It will be saying fairly wide. We're going to pass into the space. We're going to overlap left, overlap right, play out from the back. We are going to max out this tempo with a shorter passing directness. We are actually going to hit early crosses, make use of their wingbacks obviously providing the width, and get the ball in the mixer at the end of the day. That's what I love about these three tactics. Everyone offers something very, very different. We're going to run at the back line and also be more expressive. In transition, it is going to be exactly the same, so I'm not going to waste a single second of your time today. And lastly, we are going to go without a possession, where it is also going to be identical with the much higher, the high pressing line of engagement, get stuck in, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and also much more often when it comes to that trigger press. And that's going to give you boys and girls back home three variants of a very fun, very different video of mine, an all-out attack where every player bar two is going to be set to attack. Now I will say, if you want me to attempt to create this with Liberos, let me know in the comments, or if you want any sort of challenge tactics, let me know. I'm trying to kill a little bit of time before the season starts again. That is when you'll see Pep tactics, Ten Hag, Arteta, every manager you want to see, basically. If you have enjoyed today, please do leave a like. It helps the video out big time. And subscribe and whack the notification bell on. We're about 100 subs off 25k. Big achievement for me. All thanks to you. So much love for that one. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.